Hello and welcome to another exciting special of On the Bench.
On the show tonight, we're going to be taking a look back at some of the highlights from the series so far.
And we've got a few treats in store too.
First up, let's get started with our first VT. Here's what happened when Matt Denson went along to try roller derby with the Grim Reavers down at Cleethorpes Leisure Centre.
So we've arrived. We're here in Cleethorpes at the Cleethorpes Leisure Centre. There's a roller derby inside. I'm going to find out more about it. Never done this before. Ladies roller derby team are going to teach me the ropes tonight on skates. Let's have some fun.
Welcome to the Grim Reavers.
Oh, thank you for having me.
We're excited to get you on our roller derby team. Quick session. We're going to start you off with a few simple basic falls and your derby stance and how to...
Basic falls?
Basic falls, yeah. You need to learn to fall. You do that a lot in roller derby.
Okay.
So we'll teach you to do it safely and then get you hitting people.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. It's all
Thank
good.
you. Let's do it.
I'm Emma Lee, also known as Killer Kess, and I play for the Grim Reavers. I love just getting together as a team and working as a team, you know, bit of, shouldn't really may say this, bit of brutal sport, it's a good laugh.
Oh, good evening. Thank you for having me.
You're well, very
Please tell me who you are and what we're doing here.
Okay, my name's Kirsty. My skate name's Cursed Blood.
Cursed Blood?
Kind of like Rambo, yeah, just a bit different. This is the Grim Reavers team. We train three nights a week, Tuesday night at Cleethorpes Leisure Centre, Wednesday night at Hereford School, and Sunday at YMCA. If you imagine kind of rugby on skates, that's kind of a description of what roller derby is. You have a team of 5 people from each team on the track at a time. Our aim is to hit the other team down, their aim is to hit us down. Full contact sport, and we have 2 people called jammers who score points for us.
Hey, so how do we get hold of you?
Okay, so you can come to our roller disco on a Saturday night at Grimsby Leisure Centre, or you can come to one of our training sessions and we can just introduce you, you can sit and watch, or we actually have a Facebook page, if you search for Grim Reavers, then we're on there. Give us a quick message and we'll quick start.
Grim Reavers, great roller derby team, great fun. If you want to try something different, get yourself down to the roller derby at Cleethorpes Leisure Centre. Enjoy yourselves.
That looks like a sport you can do to burn off the Easter egg excess.
So we're now just 8 weeks away from the start of the World Cup in Rio. What are our predictions at this stage, lads?
Well, if you look at the quality of our squad, obviously we're going to be slightly biased, but I don't think we're in the top 4 or 5 in the world. So, you know, I can't see us realistically getting to the semi-finals. So for me, quarter-finals is going to be, I think, a success. We can't argue with that. What do you think, Tom?
I think quarter-finals would be. I think there might be some fans that would take it based on. I think this is the first year in quite a lot of major tournaments where fans have not really got a high expectation of England.
Yeah. I think that's been the problem in the past. Expectation, and England players coping with it, and the manager delivering it. Where do you think, Stu? Where do you think we're going to get to?
Well, you look at the group stage, it's Italy, Uruguay and Costa Rica. Now many people, a few years ago would have gone Costa Rica, it's an England win banker. But now it's not, because of obviously the transition period that England's had with the new manager, a host of new players coming in as well. You look at Lallana, Rodriguez, and they're all from Southampton, but they're playing well. And Roy Hodgson needs a bit of time. He's had the full qualifying now.
Do you still think we're in a transition period as a squad, or do you think we're sort of coming out of that, or do you still think we've got another number of years to go?
I think he's still trying to find the right players for his style of play. But you look at the friendly a few months ago against Denmark, and we learnt nothing.
Yeah.
We learnt absolutely nothing from it.
Well, we knew how to beat Denmark. That's what we learned from that. Tom, do you think we're still in transition, or do you think we're coming out of that period?
I think we're still in a transition. I think Roy Hodgson's trying to. I think he is trying to blood players for the future.
Yeah.
I think he is.
I think that's what we need to do.
Well, that's what we need to do. I mean, the likes of Rodriguez, Lallana, Shaw, Klein. I mean, all Southampton those, but he does need to try and pick us up to the next level.
Well, you know, they're there on merit because they're playing well for Southampton, and obviously Premier League is one of the best leagues in the world.
Yeah.
So who's performing well in the Premier League that deserves to go? I mean, let's look at Hull City. You know, English lads in there. Who do you think will realistically be in with a shot?
One standout performer for me from Hull City in recent months has to be Curtis Davis.
Yeah.
He's scored a few goals for him. He's playing well at the back, and also Tom Huddleston has been.
Yeah. Well, he's got the T-shirt, hasn't he? He's played for England before.
He's been rounded up for England on
He's
us
got
as
the
well.
experience. He's cut his hair now, so he'll be a bit faster on the grass. Livermore, has he got a chance?
I think it'll come too soon for Livermore. I think he's been good. He has been good for Hull. But I think Huddleston has been the outstanding player. The only problem is he's played for England before and hasn't really shone. I think that's the only issue there. But he's been fantastic for Hull.
Do you think with Tom Huddleston, when he gets an England shirt, he's out of his depth maybe, or do you think he's just, you know, he's not had enough hours on the pitch for England?
That's what some people have said. It might be because he's not had enough time in the setup. I don't know what, you know, how it is with that, how you settle into the England squad. That may be the case, but he's certainly shown he's a quality player this year.
Just quickly, Stu, any other English players in the Premier League, you know, any other clubs who you think might be with the chance?
Nathan Redmond looks like one for the future from Norwich, as does Elliot Bennett as well. I think they'll be two to keep our eyes on. Maybe not for the World Cup coming up this year, but the Euros in 2016.
Well, if England are having any selection issues, just like we are, they may want to have a look at this place. This is Just for Keepers in Grimsby.
So, the challenge has been set from Just for Keepers. I'm here in Cleethorpes. The lads are ready. They're going to put me through my paces, see if my knees can hold out and see if they can turn me into a keeper.
Go up. Good. Or it can go through the middle. Go.
Sorry about that. What was that?
I've been coming here 6 years now, forever improving. James has been a great coach for us and he's sort of motivated me to stay in the game. It's a good chance now being the oldest one here to help some of the younger ones improve.
Back, keep them hands up. Keep your hands up. Don't let them hands drop. Oh, great save. Good, and banks there.
I play for Cleetown Swift Autos under 11s. I got recommended to come here by a friend. James has really helped. Now I can move faster to dive. My diving's been better. Catching, I don't slip up as much.
A lot of the techniques that we teach are going against what is your natural reaction. Your natural reaction is to go back. So what I want you to do is just to keep your chin forward and stay as still as possible. Okay. Yeah. Serving. Stay still. Keep them hands forward. Keep them hands there, just where you want them. Yeah. Out in front. Good. And still. Good. Good. Yeah.
It's such a technical position to play that you need to know what you're doing, where your hands and where your feet are.
Because one of the lads when we were talking said that also you're giving him confidence. Is that because if you taught him his positioning and how to read the game?
I think a lot of that, you get, as you develop as a goalkeeper, as you know the techniques of diving, you become more confident as well. But essentially as well, I think also as well, the kids buzz off each other and they realise that they can improve.
It's the greatest place around here to improve your goalkeeping and get into grassroots football. I've been taking part in a scholarship, I've got some contacts there, and James has been helping me with that.
Your sessions, how many sessions do you have?
I do 5 venues a week and 2 sessions on each venue.
If there's one piece of advice you give to people or one thing you could say to somebody who's going to improve, what would it be?
Your set position, because that's your foundation. So we start with that and then we build the goalkeepers up and going up to top corner saves.
So from the basics up?
Yeah, that's basically it. And just have lots and lots of fun.
Which I noticed tonight, everybody was enjoying it and having a good time.
Yeah.
And thank you very much for having us.
No, pleasure.
And we will see you again.
Yeah.
Thank you. These lads have made me so welcome here. Put me through my paces, 1 or 2 of them showed me up. 1 or 2 great keepers in there in the future maybe. Listen, if you want to learn your skills or hone your skills in goalkeeping, this is the place to be, Just for Keepers. Anyone can come along. Guys, thank you for the session.
Hey!
Welcome back to the show. Next up, we've got a new sport to bring you.
We didn't know what to expect when we got invited to film this package.
Take a look at this. This is VX.
Here's a strange thing. In the office, we get a phone call. can you come down to Scunthorpe? Can you come and join us in VX? Apparently VX is a sport. Is it, I ask myself? Don't know. Well, today in Scunthorpe we're going to find out exactly what VX is. I'm told it's an extreme form of dodgeball. This could be interesting. Know nothing about this. Come and find out.
Oh yeah.
VX. I told you outside I know nothing about this. This guy's going to tell us a little bit more about it. Who are you? Tell me a bit about this sport.
I'm James Foster and I've been playing the sport for about 3 years now.
You're not bad at it, are you?
No, I represent Scunthorpe in the England squad.
Okay, so tell us about it. I've got this thing, what do you call it?
Stinger.
I've got a stinger. A stinger?
Yeah.
What do we do with it?
Well, today we're going in sports hall. We're going to be playing the V10 version of VX, which is going to be played 5 people start on that wall, 5 people start on the other wall. The referee will kick the balls, they'll splay out all over the place. And the players have to run in, collect the ball, and then they play.
How many's on the team?
There's 5 each side.
Okay, and how long does it last for?
Lasts for 4 quarters of 4 minutes.
Okay, so it's quite a high tense game.
Very high tense, yeah.
Okay.
Non-stop action all the time.
And the idea of the game, tell us the idea of the game.
It's extreme dodgeball.
Yes.
As soon as you get hit, you're out momentarily. Raise your hand. Referee says play on, you're back in the game again.
So, consider what these guys are doing. They've got 4 minutes to dodge. That's the whole idea of the game. We just need to see how many times they get hit. The one that gets hit the least, I believe, is the winner.
To score points, you just pick up the ball, throw it at the opposing player. The places that count as a hit and where you'll get a point from is anywhere apart from the stick, your hand that's on the stick, and the face and neck.
They don't count.
They don't count at all. Anything else counts.
It's a bit like extreme dodgeball, and it's between dodgeball and lacrosse. It's really good fun, and it just helps you to increase your stamina.
I played in the V2 World Challenge, also known as basically the World Cup, and I am now Youth World #1. I was encouraged to come down, I encourage people to come down. It's a lot of fun, it's adrenaline filled, it's energetic.
Listen, that was great. That was unexpected. Knew nothing about this sport. VX. Remember that? VX. If you want to get involved, you can do. Doesn't matter whether you're young, old. Come together as a family. You heard people here. Quality time, fun, and fitness. VX. Remember it. It's new. So, short trip across the Humber. Why? One main reason. A certain gentleman and a certain boxing academy. Yeah, we've been to boxing academies before. This is the next level. Why? Luke Campbell, Olympic gold medalist. He was here. He trains here. I know he's inside. So we're going to find out a bit more. Come and join us. Very much for taking some time out on a very busy schedule.
Always busy.
See the girls are training behind us.
They're coming on great, you know.
Tell us a bit about yourself.
Mick Bromby, I run the Setboard Boxing Academy in Hull. Been here, I've been coaching 30 years and been at the boxing gym 42 years, really. Yeah,
what I've noticed coming here, Mick, is your training levels are sort of the next level to what we've seen in sports.
Yeah, I mean, we're still bringing them in from the youngsters, but we develop. There's a lot of good coaches, and we develop international champions, internationals. Obviously, we Luke, Olympic Games, Olympic gold medalists.
How important to your boxing academy is that? Because it must be something that all these people in here aspire to.
They do aspire. I mean, Luke's a great role model. He works hard, he shows commitment, and that's what I want these kids to do.
Yeah, because what I noticed is when he was about, there's a presence, and they're like, oh, look who he is.
Yeah.
And as I walked in, Well, some people are saying, hey, he's the best of the best. That must be nice going out of your gym.
It is, yeah. I mean, he's worked hard. Obviously, I feel great, about what he's done. But nobody better person could have it, really,
Yeah. So basically, what he's done, he's a role model for that.
He is a great role model, not just, not for sport, for life, the way he conducts himself. He's very respectful. He's great for the city. He's great for England, really.
We've all seen the film Rocky. We've all watched maybe a couple of them. This, where we are now at St Paul's, the boxing academy, it really is. You get that feel that Rocky's here, where you're coming off the streets, practiced hard, and end up with an Olympic champion. I mean, you can see behind us, these guys are training hard. This is a serious sport and there's a lot of dedication, so let's take a minute just to admire what these guys are doing. Introduce yourself, please.
I'm India Wilkinson and I'm 15.
India, how did you get involved in boxing?
It's kind of in my family, so I just thought I'd start off here, I suppose.
Okay, and when did you start?
I started up in December, but I've done it before in the past.
Okay, so we saw you in the ring earlier doing a few sparring rounds and some training. How often do you train?
I'm here most days, to be honest. It's kind of my main hobby, so...
What do you get out of it?
I really enjoy it. I hope someday I'll get big, but it's all to come, I suppose.
You mean big as in going forward in the...
Yeah, like getting them round Hull, maybe, and even proceeding on to bigger things.
Oh, session over. Great workout, great people, great work ethic. St Paul's Boxing Academy here in Hull. Great bunch.
Cracking.
So, we've had a tweet from Shane in Hull asking who we think has been the best Premier League player of all time. So, boys, where do we start?
1992, preferably. That's when the Premier League started.
Okay, then. Favourite 1992 player of the year, was it?
Well, I don't know. I don't know that.
Because you were 4. Okay?
Yes, exactly.
Right,
but
so
one of my favourite players from the start of the Premier League was Andrei Kanchelskis, the flying Russian. He just flew about the pitch like there was no tomorrow. He never stopped running, and he was up there as one of the best players in the early 90s of the Premier League, in my eyes.
Tom, what do you think? 90s player,
Well, I'm talking more late 90s because I'm a 90s born lad, so I'd say late 90s. I think you're looking at Giggs, and obviously still going now. Was absolutely fantastic. Beckham, Keane. These are all United players, aren't they?
Well, they were champions, obviously, and they were champions for a reason because they was the best players in the country.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, your Liverpool, your Chelsea's, they wasn't up there, so to speak, as much as Manchester United.
Start, Chelsea were only a mid-table team.
Yeah, I mean, Newcastle and Leeds dominated the Premier League for a while.
Yeah.
Do you think of any Leeds players?
Tony Yeboah.
Well,
yeah.
Favourite player of all time, is it?
Well, maybe not that, but you look at the goals he scored. If you go on the internet and look at some of the Tony Yeboah goals for Leeds United, you'd be like, not many of them get scored in the game today.
I can't believe none of us was mentioned. Thierry Henry.
Shearer.
Alan Shearer,
Jurgen Klinsmann, he was good.
Players.
He was good in his day when he first went to Tottenham.
Steve Bruce,
Steve Bruce, solid.
He was solid.
Solid as a manager now as well.
Yeah,
solid as a rock.
Well, he's just down the road, isn't he? He's doing all right. So who would you say is your best player of all time?
All time?
One name, that's all I want from you.
Well, for me, all time, it has to be Thierry Henry.
Tom, the best player of all time?
It's got to be Ronaldo, I think.
Ronaldo?
Yeah.
That's all we've got time for this week. We hope you've enjoyed the show. We'll be back again next week. Goodbye.